people are now probably thinking, well, what should I be doing with my stabilizers that are making noise? Probably get a flex. But the alternative is to actually try and do some refining. What sort of grit should people use, and what should they avoid doing or using to fix this problem on their own
Yeah,
stabilizers?
yeah. Some people are a bit cautious and they might go straight for like a really fine grit, wet and dry. You're probably not going to get the impact that you want as quickly as you could otherwise. Personally, I finish the trailing edges with 320 grit, something like that, which is aggressive enough that you're actually removing material and not so aggressive that you're going to quickly change the shape of the stabilizer. And look, I brought a prop. We can do a quick
Yep,
demo of
sure.
how we might deal with it. So this is my arts and crafts time. Welcome to Play
Great.
School. So
Yeah.
we've got our airfoil section here. It's upside down because it's a stabilizer. And we just mentioned before that we want to allow the slow flow on the high pressure side time to accelerate to meet the fastest flow. So high pressure side, slow flow, low pressure side, fast flow. So we're really attacking this corner here. And the way to go about it is with some sandpaper on a block, something firm like a piece of timber. First up, we want to square off the trailing edge here, and that resets the stabilizer. Some brands who won't be named here actually finish their trailing edge on what I would consider the wrong side. And we won't go into that, but you can try to restore their trailing edge and you might have some success. But I would recommend resetting the stabilizer with square edge. And then with the sanding block, the first pass will be at 45 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to take my sanding block and we got a 45-degree pass like this. And then we just go about bisecting the angle. So we've got a point here, which I'm going to attack, and a point up here, which I'm going to attack. Okay, you see this is starting to approximate curve. And we do that over and over, moving backwards and forwards. And we end up with something like that. This is a bit exaggerated, of course. I wanted a nice thick trailing edge so you could actually see what I was doing. But we've got our slow moving flow here and talking about the highway analogy, having lanes to change into and accelerate. Once I get to this point, there's free lanes for those molecules to change into and accelerate. And by the time they meet that faster moving flow on the low pressure side of the foil, they're going a little bit faster. And that creates some stability in the vortex that's being shed off the trailing edge and stops that kind of oscillation between the two sides. This can be relevant for a mast as well. It's pretty rare. I had a question yesterday, actually. The guy thinks that his mast's a bit noisy. So I recommended that you square it off and then do this sort of edge just on one side of the mast. I know it's kind of symmetrical and it's got to go both ways, but you want to force that shedding to one side to stop oscillation. Arts and crafts done.